You told me this was all the graduation.
Yep.
I could have stayed at home for this bug. I thought I was smoking on my face. They left me in bacon right now.
I'm mad because it turned out this way.
Look, that shit's still going.
Come on, I think we can do a little better than that. Come on. There we go. Well, good evening, everyone.
Hi, Sean.
My name is Sean Carney. I'm the Director of Missions at Dawn Career Institute. On behalf of our staff and faculty, I'd like to welcome all graduates, all family and friends, and our Dawn Career staff. At this time, I'd like to take a few moments to introduce the people here on stage with me that are important to the school and are participating in this ceremony tonight. I ask that they do stand for this occasion so that you can see them. First, we have Peggy Gladstone, our Director of Financial Aid. Next, we have Dina Green, DCI's Career Services and Dean of Education. And last but not least, Mike Lance, our Campus President. Peggy.
Wait. When do we start doing that?
Isn't it ever graduation?
I don't remember. Whoosh. Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Don't do that in high school.
They did it with me. They're coming up, Mike.
What?
Not you.
How's everybody doing today? Good.
Yeah.
We are fortunate tonight to have a gentleman here with us to speak to you all. His name is Matt Meyer. He is the county executive for Newcastle County. I've known Matt for I guess about a year and a quarter or so. I first met him at our grand opening when we moved from Lancaster Pike down to Chapman Road in Newark. I took a group on a tour. Matt was in it. To be honest, I didn't know who he was. Sorry, Matt. Probably should have put your name on those lawn signs, you know? Maybe put your face on there instead of just your name. But you know, we had a great conversation. He asked a lot of really sort of insightful questions about what we did, so I knew he was somebody other than just an interested visitor in our location change. I've gotten a chance now to talk to him on a few different occasions. I've seen him interact with some organizations outside of that he's passionate about in terms of helping people within the county. And I think it brings a great perspective in terms of the impact that an organization like Dawn, and in particular the graduates that we produce, have on the economy in Newcastle County specifically. We've talked at length about it, in terms of what more employees, educated, trained employees in the healthcare and wellness fields mean. We've talked extensively about the need, and part of the reason we're bringing on a CDL training program and an HVAC training program are conversations that I've had with Mr. Meyer as well as the Delaware Economic Development Office. So our whole goal is to prepare people to go out and go to work, but our part of that is to do the research and find out what employers are looking for and where those needs are. And Matt is very, very supportive of that mission. He's very supportive of all of you and what you're trying to do to go out there and better yourselves and your families, and at the same time have a positive impact on the economy here in Newcastle County. So it is my pleasure to welcome Matt Meyer, the County Executive for Newcastle County. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
This is a graduation. I said good evening. That's better. That's better. It's great to see everyone here, not just the graduates, but all the family members who've been so supportive to make sure the graduates came to this day. But let's just start by having our faculty and staff stand up. Let's give them a big round of applause for the work that they've done. Thank you. I was 4 years ago, I was a teacher. I was a 6th and 7th grade math teacher on the other side of town at a school called Prestige Academy here in Wilmington. And I believed that there was more to be done. And so I like to say for the second time in my life, I decided to run for office. The first time was when I was in 11th grade. I ran for student council. And nobody believed I could win, and I somehow won with, I think, 62 votes or something. And so when I decided to run for office 3.5 years ago, and everybody told me I had no chance, I said, good, I got them right where I want them. Things worked out, and I became Newcastle County Executive, and I wanted to just briefly tell you about a problem that I have as Newcastle County Executive. As Michael referred to, most people don't know what a Newcastle County Executive is. Quite frankly, I'm trying to figure it out myself. A Newcastle County Executive is kind of like the mayor of Newcastle County. Delaware has 3 counties, Newcastle, Kent, and Sussex. Newcastle is the largest. We have 560,000 of Delaware's 930,000 people living here from Claymont in the north down to Middletown, Odessa, Townsend, and North Smyrna in the South. And my job is to make sure our 248 parks, our 15 libraries, our 400 Newcastle County police officers, 114 paramedics, 911 operators are all doing what they're supposed to do. My job is to make sure that your sewer system is working. That when the water goes down the drain in the kitchen, it doesn't get in our rivers and streams and pollute us and harm us. We're also in charge of the land use process. Because we're in charge of the land use process, we see when companies are doing big new things because they need to tell us that they're building buildings. They need approvals from us. And the problem I'm having is that I need to pay for all this with tax revenue. But I can only pay for this with tax revenue if people across this county are working and working hard and have opportunities to work hard. And something called the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics, it's a little division of our national government. They released a report at the end of January. Just 3 months ago. And they said, as of the end of January, there were 7.2 million unfilled jobs in the United States. 7.2 million unfilled jobs in the United States. This country's been around for 243 years. There have never been 7.2 million unfilled jobs. In that same report, they said there are 6.2 million unemployed people. So, 7.2 million unfilled jobs and 6.2 million unemployed people. Well, that doesn't make too much sense. Why don't we just take the 6.2 million unemployed people and put them in 6.2 million of those 7 million unfilled jobs? The problem is, as any employer will tell you, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. If I'm an employer and I'm looking for a nurse tech and I have 10 job openings for a nurse tech, and I get applications of people who don't have any qualifications to be a nurse tech, I'm not going to hire that person. That unfilled job is going to stay unfilled. As economists like to say, for much of American history, we've had an unemployment problem. But right now, we have a job skills mismatch problem. We have a lot of our citizens who don't have the jobs that are needed in the workforce. And that's why your decision as students to come to Dawn, and that's why what Dawn does and what the faculty does here is so absolutely critical, so absolutely important, not just to your lives and to the future of Dawn, but to the future of our county. You picked well. If you look at all sorts of economist studies, health and wellness is among the most secure professions you can choose. Health and wellness is among the most secure professions you can choose. It makes sense. We all go to the doctor. We're all going to need this stuff more and more as we grow older. And a lot of this stuff, while the technology and machinery gets better and better, you can never replace a great nurse, a great doctor, a great nurse tech. We need human beings. And so you've chosen well, and the opportunities before you will only grow. But I want to tell you another facet of this problem. I spoke to one of the biggest employers in the state yesterday,